Have you ever paused to wonder what truly makes you, you? That vibrant, inner world of thoughts, feelings, and perceptions, it's the ultimate mystery. For content creators, this profound question isn't just a philosophical puzzle, it's a goldmine of engagement, a topic that resonates deeply with every human being. Consciousness is arguably the most captivating subject in philosophy, science, and even spirituality. It's the lens through which we experience everything, yet its nature remains elusive. This universal appeal makes it an incredibly powerful topic for video content. Audiences are inherently curious about themselves and their place in the universe. Exploring consciousness offers a unique opportunity to tap into that innate human desire for understanding. It sparks discussion, ignites debate, and encourages viewers to reflect on their own experiences. For creators, this means crafting videos that aren't just informative but deeply thought-provoking. You can explore complex ideas in an accessible way, using visuals and storytelling to bring abstract concepts to life. This topic allows you to position yourself as a guide through some of humanity's most profound questions. Before we dive into contemporary views, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. Defining consciousness is incredibly difficult. It's not just about being awake or aware, it's about subjective experience, what it's like to be something. This is often referred to as the hard problem of consciousness, famously coined by philosopher David Chalmers. The hard problem asks why and how physical processes in the brain give rise to subjective, qualitative experiences, the redness of red, the pain of a headache. It's why philosophers are still grappling with this fundamental question, offering diverse and often conflicting perspectives. Understanding this core challenge sets the stage for appreciating the various contemporary approaches. One dominant contemporary view is materialism, often championed by philosophers like Daniel Dennett and Patricia Chitchland. They argue that consciousness is not some ethereal substance but an emergent property of complex brain activity. For them, the mind is the brain, and mental states are ultimately physical states. Dennett, for instance, views consciousness as a user illusion, a sophisticated narrative constructed by the brain. He suggests that there's no single center of consciousness, but rather a collection of parallel processes. Chitchland, a neurophilosopher, believes that understanding consciousness requires deep engagement with neuroscience, seeing it as a biological phenomenon. For content creators, explaining this perspective offers fantastic visual opportunities. Think about incorporating brain scans, neural network animations, or even simplified diagrams of brain regions. You can challenge your audience to consider if their subjective experience is merely a complex biological computation. Shifting gears dramatically, we encounter panpsychism, a view gaining significant traction with philosophers like Philip Goff and Galen Strawson. This theory posits that consciousness isn't just an emergent property of complex brains, but a fundamental, intrinsic property of reality itself. In essence, consciousness, or proto-consciousness, is everywhere, even at the most basic levels of matter. This doesn't mean your coffee mug is aware in the human sense. Instead, it suggests that elementary particles might possess incredibly simple forms of experience, which then combine to form more complex consciousness in organisms. It's a radical departure from materialism, attempting to bridge the gap between mind and matter by making mind fundamental. This mind-bending concept is perfect for sparking debate and curiosity in your comments section. How would you visually represent consciousness in a rock or an electron? This challenge encourages creative storytelling and imaginative explanations, making for truly engaging video content. Bridging the gap between philosophy and neuroscience, we find integrated information theory, IIT, primarily developed by neuroscientist and philosopher Giulio Tononi. IIT proposes that consciousness is a property of systems that possess integrated information. The more integrated and differentiated a system's information, the more conscious it is. IIT introduces a quantitative measure called phi, which theoretically quantifies the level of consciousness in a system. A system with high phi has many possible states, and these states are highly interconnected and irreducible. This theory attempts to provide a scientific framework for understanding consciousness, even suggesting that artificial intelligence could become conscious if it meets the phi criteria. For creators, explaining IIT requires clear, concise analogies and visual aids. How can you simplify the concept of integrated information, or PHI, for a general audience? This is where animated diagrams, flowcharts, and even metaphorical representations become invaluable tools for making complex scientific philosophy accessible and engaging. While often associated with earlier philosophers like Edmund Husserl and Maurice Merleau-Ponty, phenomenological approaches remain highly relevant in contemporary discussions of consciousness. This perspective emphasizes the study of consciousness from the first-person point of view, the subjective, lived experience. It focuses on how things appear to us, rather than trying to reduce consciousness to objective brain states. Contemporary phenomenologists explore the structure of experience itself, examining concepts like intentionality, consciousness always being about something, embodiment, how our physical body shapes our experience, and temporality, how our experience unfolds in time. They argue that neglecting the subjective aspect misses the very essence of consciousness. For your video, you could use personal anecdotes or thought experiments to illustrate phenomenological concepts. Encourage viewers to reflect on their own experiences of perception, emotion, and self. This approach fosters a deeper, more personal connection with the material, making the philosophical concepts feel immediately relevant to their lives. The exploration of consciousness isn't just an academic exercise, it has profound implications for our future. As artificial intelligence advances, questions about AI consciousness become increasingly pressing. If an AI achieves consciousness, what are our ethical obligations to it? How would we even know? Philosophers are actively debating these ethical dilemmas, considering the moral status of potential future conscious entities. Furthermore, understanding consciousness could revolutionize fields like medicine, psychology, and even our understanding of reality itself. The implications are vast and far-reaching. This section offers a fantastic opportunity to engage your audience with speculative yet grounded discussions. Pose questions that encourage critical thinking. Could your smart speaker ever be conscious? What responsibilities would we have to a truly sentient AI? This forward-looking perspective adds a layer of urgency and excitement to your content. As content creators, your challenge is to transform these intricate philosophical ideas into compelling narratives. Start by breaking down each concept into its core components. Use clear, accessible language, avoiding jargon where possible, or explaining it thoroughly when necessary. Visuals are paramount. Think about how you can represent abstract ideas like PHI or subjective experience through animations, metaphors, or even simple graphics. Storytelling is also key. Frame these philosophical debates as ongoing human quests for understanding. Use analogies that resonate with everyday experiences to make complex ideas relatable. Remember, your goal isn't just to inform, but to inspire curiosity and critical thinking. Encourage your audience to form their own opinions, to question, and to engage with these profound ideas. This approach transforms passive viewing into active learning and discussion. The journey into consciousness is one of humanity's most profound explorations. Now, it's your turn to contribute to this vital conversation. What contemporary philosopher on consciousness resonates most with you? Which perspective do you find most compelling, or perhaps most challenging? We want to hear your thoughts. Share your insights in the comments below. And if this video has sparked your own creative fire, consider how you can explore these fascinating topics in your own content. Dive into the literature, craft your own compelling narratives, and help us all better understand the ultimate mystery, the mind itself. Like this video, subscribe for more deep dives, and let's continue to unlock the enigma of consciousness together.